Hats off to officially the second best player in Europe, second best in the world. It is to Thierry Henry that the second place club in England looks as they seek to avoid their own dreaded runners-up spot again. One problem in the Gunners' camp today, Ray Parlour plays because Gilberto has gone down with flu. Wolves have Dennis Irwin injured, necessitating a first return to Highbury for Oleg Luzhny, much loved here. They're also without Nathan Blake. No matter, Alex Ray has scored in every game this month. Pascal Siegel. Vieira. Pires. Nicked over the top towards Thierry Henry. That is a high-class save from Michael Oates. First little sniff. And you can bet your bottom dollar he'll test the goalkeeper. He did fully, and didn't the goalkeeper answer the test well? Oddly enough, Thierry Henry has scored none of Arsenal's last 14 goals. Parlour. Toure. Vieira had Butler thundering into him from behind. After much debate, the card. Already cooking something up with Pires. Thierry Henry got through, good save, and snuggle behind. Tiniest little chink in the wall that Henry found. Looks to have seen it late, but he's denied the top man for the second time in the first quarter of an hour or so of the game. Now Henry's corner. It's in! No one made a terribly clean contact. Vieira appeared to make some. He has a bit of a claim. Jody Craddock might take a bit of responsibility for it too. I think Craddock OG. Not the least concern from him as to the identity of the goal scorer. This time last year, his team were 4 points clear of third-placed Manchester United and ended up 5 points behind them. Nothing is decided now. Oh, terrible mistake by Craddock, and Vieira's in, and Henry! Wolves are committing suicide here. He scored one and made the other. Jody Craddock's head is hung. But for all his error, salute again Thierry Henry. Salute first the appetite of Patrick Vieira, who just wanted it. And once he had it, he knew who he had to give it to. Thierry Henry is the man. And before the Boxing Day cold turkey sandwiches are even made, Arsenal are on their way to 3 more Premiership points. Toure. Bergkamp. Ljungberg. He stayed in on Dennis Bergkamp, who looks quizzically at his challenger. Alex Ray has a card. Ball disappears now, and Ray arrives half a second later. Henry, deflection, post! He gave that a fearful thump. And it just might be that little nick dug Wolves out of considerably more trouble than they are already in. Here by Kolo Toure again. Camera, nice. Cameron. Good early ball towards Miller, who's onside, away from Siegel. Kenny Miller, what a fine save from Jens Lehmann. Face to face, eye to eye, stayed on his feet, and then plunged at the right moment. Pires on the burst. Bergkamp. Parler. Ray Parler. Good parry again from Oakes. He's having an outstanding game, the Wolves goalkeeper. Trying the ball for extra purchase and then winding himself up to go long. There was the target at the near post. And Vieira between them saw it away from him. Kennedy with it. Siegel out, camera back in. Craddock! Oh! It had to be him. One way or another, he's been a central figure in the first half here. He's scored one, made one, and was close to scoring another at the right end here. Vieira always there. Bergkamp gliding. Henry, look at the space. Thierry Henry. Dennis Bergkamp. Silken football again from Arsenal. Starting with Bergkamp, who found space. Thierry Henry ought not to be allowed. Henry refound him. A little twizzle. Not quite enough in swing. Edu, foul by Lushney. And Lushney's held his hand up, apologised, and will take the punishment like a man. It's funny, Oleg Lushney and Edu were having a good old chat when the teams emerged for the start of the second half. Old mates, nice to see you again. And there is a certain amount of humour in that situation. Lushney is amused by what was nothing worse than a clumsy challenge. Wink of an eye says it all. Henry, Ali Adier, Dennis Bergkamp. That is a fantastic save. He has done well, Michael Oakes. Ali Adier served it up. Bergkamp wanted to gorge himself. Oakes made himself big enough. One back by Vieira. Edu. In for Henry. Thierry Henry! Just a delight. You can have your Zinedine Zidane, your Pavel Nedved. Arsenal would swap him for no one. The second best player on the planet, in the eyes of the North Bank, is irreplaceable. He has his second goal for the afternoon, and to go with their 3 points, Arsenal have 3 goals against the Premiership's bottom and on the day hapless side. Well, I do hope that this hasn't been the biggest surprise you've received this Christmas. Arsenal were much too good for Wolves. Thierry Henry was sublime and scored 2 goals. Or Jody Craddock, who was responsible for one of those, scored the other. Wolves stay bottom as they were on Christmas morning. Arsenal have eyes only for the top. Arsenal 3, Wolves 0. Thierry, that seemed as comfortable as a Premiership win gets. Did it feel that way?
Yes, I think at the very beginning we did everything to make the game easy, and suddenly after we scored the second goal, I think we started to drop a little bit, and thanks was that Jens Lehmann saved that 1-against-1 with Miller. And then I think in the second half we were just like trying to hold the game and not maybe pushing too much because we have another game against Southampton soon. So it was just I think 2-0 is what we wanted to do, and then at the end we scored the third one. So the most important thing is we didn't concede goal and we got the 3 points.
Well, Dave, that would have been a hard couple of hours for you. Was there anything more you feel your team could have done?
Put the ball in the back of the net. I think we had a couple of opportunities in the first half, and you come to a place like Arsenal, or when you play against them, you know they're going to create chances because of the quality of players they have. But what you can't do is give them a helping hand.
I think we have learned from the past that sometimes last year we were caught back because we were a little bit sometimes complacent, and today we did a good professional job. Last
week you had these 2 second places in European and World Player of the Year. What have they meant to you?
That was second.
You hate being second, regardless of who is second too.
No, yeah. At the end of the day, you know, I said to at the time that when you have a mentality of a winner, you know, a lot of people were saying to me, it's really nice to be there, but you know, but I don't think that makes a lot of people happy when you're second, and it doesn't make me happy. So we'll try to come back.
Well, Wolves did have a couple of chances in that match, Ron, but Arsenal, they won as they liked, didn't they?
Oh, they weren't pulling up, Des, to be fair. I mean, you can't go to Highbury, as David Jones just said, and you can't give goals away against that sort of quality, and they did do that, and they looked such a golf in class today, it was unreal.
And Henry outstanding again.
I mean, it was lovely seeing him there when he's not happy enough being second in the world. And on the evidence of today, he ain't. I tell you what, he showed everything any striker could show today. He's not been scoring recently, so you know, you're looking to see whether he could get on the goals or not today. Looking for shots all the while. This was early on. Gets round, gets his shot away. Michael Oakes makes a good save. Gets a couple of free kicks, which, you know, is a little bit of a trademark of his. Doesn't register with theirs. Here's the first one coming up now. Michael Oakes once again makes a very good save. Fortunately blocks away. They score from the resultant corner. And even with the aid of a big deflection here, the woodwork prevents him. But there's so much more to his game, isn't there? I mean, I love this. I love him having the ball. I mean, for me, he could run on snow and not even dent it. He's that light. Look at him. Footwork's tremendous. And there he's looking. He's always aware. He's dominating. Brings people into play. I think he could play in any position on the football field, this fella. Look at him there. This is what he does well for a top striker. Teases, defenders can't tackle, and he's always looking to set up a mate. He gives me the impression for a striker, he's happy enough letting people, making goals for people. But this is what he wanted. He wanted to get on the score sheet. Vieira, a little bit of help from Jody Craddock, and that's the easiest chance he's had in a while. Tucked it away, and that was nice for him, because he hasn't scored since, I think it was that great night in Milan. Vintage. This is vintage. He did this so many times that night in the San Siro, and here he is again. Accelerates, leaves loosely for dead, tucks it away. That, for me, if there's a better striker or a better player in the world, I don't know who he is. What
would he be worth on the market? What price?
To the normal club, about 50 grand. To Chelsea, about 200 million. I mean, the lovely thing is Arsenal have said they you don't know. Arsenal said they won't
Nobody's
sell
got
him.
enough money, no. Wolves, the stats are against them, aren't they?
Yeah, the team that's bottom at Christmas always goes down. 17 games, only 2 wins, 11 points. Looks to me a team heading for Division 1, I'm afraid, Des.
Okay.
Are a point behind Manchester United at the top of the table after victory over Southampton at St Mary's. Robert Pires scored the only goal as the Gunners maintained their unbeaten league run this season. Saints boss Gordon Strachan branded his side's performance embarrassing.
He rarely betrays too much emotion on the touchline, but Arsene Wenger knew his team simply couldn't afford to lose their unbeaten Premiership record against Southampton. That would mean also losing significant ground in the title race. But Wenger knows he can usually rely on Thierry Henry to provide the inspiration needed. First, Henry's deflected shot was well saved by Ante Niemi. At times, Henry's performance bemused the Southampton defence, creating a scoring opportunity for Dennis Bergkamp on his 250th league appearance for Arsenal. He somehow headed wide. But 10 minutes before half-time, Henry set up another chance, this time for Robert Pires, and he maintained his impressive scoring record against Southampton. This was his 7th in 6 appearances against them. By half-time, there'd been little to upset an Arsenal supporter, but these fans somehow found something to argue about, although it all seemed fairly good-natured. It was Gordon Strachan on the touchline who was really feeling the strain. Freddie Ljungberg's shot prompted an excellent save from Niemi as Arsenal continued to dominate. The match ended in confusion, with Jens Lehmann throwing the ball at Kevin Phillips, but the referee blew the final whistle. Arsenal 1-0 winners. They've now played every other team in the Premiership this season, and no one's been able to beat them. Richard Henwood, Sky Sports.
Well, Gordon, what did you make of that?
It's a Champions League at the way, isn't it, really, now? Looks like we've blown that. No, that wasn't good tonight, because I thought the first 45 minutes, we were, first time ever since I've been here, and at times when I've come here, we were second bottom league and things like that, we looked like the team we had in there tonight was scared of the opposition. First time ever. And I said to the players after, I said, look, you should be able to bottle that smell of fear. And any time you're playing a bit against my big team again, smell it and make sure it reminds you of this game that you played on a Monday night in front of a lot of people live on the telly where you were scared of the opposition. And you should remember that game for the rest of your life, because whenever any challenge that comes up, remember how you embarrass yourself with that 45 minutes. We embarrassed ourselves because I made a couple of bad decisions. I played a young kid and it was his second game against Arsenal. It was just too much for him, I think. So we need to put him to sleep for a wee while and bring him on. So we have made decisions bad, and so the players. But you have to make brave decisions on the football field, and I thought we've made everything that was negative in the first half. Every decision we made was making sure that they didn't make a mistake, and you can't play football like that.
Why do you think they were like that?
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. But there was a chance, because there was no Marsden, no Dawes, no Lundvik for other people to take on the mantle of leaders, and we just didn't have that tonight. And saying that, I thought Pruitt was excellent for us, and I thought Kevin Phillips was good, and James does his wee bit. But as I said to them, even though they were very good tonight, and I thought they stood up and were counted, that they have a responsibility to get the best out of the rest of the players, because they were the ones that are doing well, and not allow the other ones to sink to a low there that we've never come across in my life.
Arsene, was that a job well done or a bit too close for comfort?
Well, as long as you're 1-0 up, of course, it's always never sure, but I think we controlled well the game, especially with the good first half, where we were always dangerous. In the second half, we dropped a little bit physically, but overall, I think it's a deserved victory and a well-done job.
Why do you think the margin of victory wasn't greater?
Don't know. I think their keeper made good saves, and in the second half they were more aggressive, closed us down more, and we created less chances. And the combination of dropping physically and them being more aggressive, I think, gave us less space to create chances, and their keeper did the rest.
Coming into this game, how difficult do you think the game was going to be?
You expect always a difficult game here, but we started very well and kept passing the ball well, and we're quite in control of the game. So in the first half, I think we're quite always in charge, and of course, as long as you don't score the second goal, you think anything can happen, especially you know that at some stage the home team will come at you, and as well we knew that they score most of the goals here in the last 15 minutes. So you expect them to come at you if it's only 1-0 up.
So overall a disciplined performance, perhaps a slip from Jens Lehmann at the end when he appeared to throw the ball at Kevin Phillips. What did you make of that?
Yes, but it's not a big thing. He shouldn't have done it, but I think has thrown the ball at him. And I think he was frustrated many times because when a keeper comes out like that, he has to go for the ball and only look at the ball. And he was hit a few times in the air where he felt that the players do not play for the ball. And of course, he's not used to that, because on the continent, I must say, the keepers are used to go for the ball and to be quite well protected by the referee. He is not so. It's not the case, and he gets used to it because he was strong in every challenge, and he comes very well out, and he's shown a little bit frustration, but I don't think that is a lot happened there.
Well, that tells its own story. What an incredible run for Arsenal. They played 19 and they're still unbeaten. They're 1 point behind Manchester United. It really is game on at the top of the Premiership.
Well, before the game, Arsene Wenger revealed he expects Sylvain Wiltord to sign a new contract in the new year. He says the striker still has a big part to play at the club. Wiltord will be out of contract in the summer and has been linked with a move away from Highbury after making just one Premiership appearance in almost 2 months. But Wenger says he could sign a new contract in March or April.
But first of all, Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger praised his team's response after going a goal down in their FA Cup tie at Leeds. The holders thrashed United 4-1 in the end to move into the fourth round. Thierry Henry was again the Gunners' inspiration.
It's getting on for 3 years since Arsenal last lost in an FA Cup tie. However, against a lowly but improving Leeds United, they found themselves a goal down after only 8 minutes. Jens Lehmann seemed to have the time needed to clear his lines, but Mark Viduka proved that if you make the effort to close keepers down, every so often it pays off. It was all square again in the 26th minute, Leeds allowing Arsenal too much width and space. Freddie Ljungberg and Thierry Henry seizing the opportunity. The holders then took the lead in the 33rd minute. Some inch-perfect passing, especially the final ball from Henry, allowing Edu to make it 2-1 to the Londoners. At times, it was tetchy. It almost came to the boil as they went in at half-time. Arsenal were dominant for much of the second half, and a third goal was inevitable. Substitute Robert Pires scored it in the dying minutes. Henry again the provider. Not only was there no way back for Leeds, but there was still time for Touré to add a fourth for the Gunners in injury time. So the holders, despite that early scare, will be in the draw for the fourth round. Their opponents, of course, can now focus on Premiership survival without any further distractions. Phil Edwards, Sky Sports.
It was a very good performance, I believe. This time they had a good start and they were 1-0 up, but after we responded very well. We had a good patch until we played with 2-1 up. And after, in the second half, I feel we dropped a little bit until the last 15-20 minutes where we found some space again, and when Leeds got tired, we scored some great goals today.
It was a bizarre opening goal. Was Jens Lehmann at fault?
Yes, of course, but every goalkeeper is under threat of this kind of goal, I feel, because he decided to control the ball, and then I must say Viduka reacted very quickly and cleverly, and it was good. Can happen. We ask our keepers to take chances on playing out from the back, and of course you have to accept then that this kind of mistakes can happen.
An uncomfortable evening all round for Arsene Wenger, who saw his Arsenal side remain unbeaten in the Premiership. But this was a match they could so easily have lost. One plus point, Kanu's first league goal of the season, which helped steady Arsenal's nerves. A timely reminder of his importance to the squad. Last season's corresponding fixture is remembered for a wonder goal from Wayne Rooney. There was to be no repeat, although the Everton striker won't enjoy many better chances all season. The equaliser finally arrived. Francis Jeffers, who'd spent an unhappy spell at Highbury, played a major part in it. Jens Lehmann couldn't hold on to his shot. Thomas Radzinski followed up to score.
I thought we'd certainly deserved a point from it at least. And if we hadn't got that, then it would have been a travesty. So to get that goal was, I think, justice. But I always felt that we always looked as if we were more liable to get a second. Just a couple of lapses late in the game, nearly put us under pressure. But in the main, I don't think Nigel Marsden had a save to make.
Overall, of course, we are disappointed because we drew and we were leading 1-0 with a few chances to score the second goal. But mainly because I think we didn't play enough.
Arsenal's critics will point to their 7 Premiership draws already. Everton fans will hope it's a sign of better things to come. Richard Cook, Sky Sports.